I have a price earnings ratio, a CAPE price earnings ratio of 22 on it. High, but not super high. And compared with other investments, I think it should be a substantial part of one's portfolio.
So you make the argument that a lot of other people do, although they make the argument that stocks are perhaps cheap, even though you say in your mind they're expensive. There's nowhere else. Where else are you going to put your money?
Well, that's the problem. Right now, long-term bond yields are near record lows. TIPS yields have been recently negative, actually, out 10 or 15 years. That's not a very great investing environment, so you have to take what you can.
At the same time, though, in the notes that I'm reading, you say investor confidence has begun to slump. So what do you mean in the context of what you just laid out?
Yeah, well, investor confidence is complicated. I have various confidence indexes of my own on my website. I have one called Buy on Dips Comp. You just mentioned that. Are people going to buy on this dip? Well, I find that has weakened a little bit. The confidence that buying on dips is a good strategy. Nothing dramatic, though. But confidence has many dimensions and reacts differently to different economic circumstances. I think we need to do more research on confidence. It's not just summarized by the Conference Board Index.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I mean, I assume you have money in the stock market, right? I mean, you invest in U.S.
Right.
equities?
Right, and around the world, right. One should diversify. So I've got them.
So are you buying on the dip? You brought it up. I'm going to take it right to the source.
Yeah, I'm not planning to, but I'm not managing a professional portfolio. If I were, I might think of doing that.
Okay. My last question.
Yeah.
Tell me about housing. Obviously, the thought is in almost all corners at this point that we're on the upswing and that it's housing's back. Are you a believer? Because in the past you have not.
It could be back. I think the market is very volatile because it's gotten very speculative. All these stories of institutional investors coming in to buy single-family homes, that's kind of a new development. On top of that, there has been a trend toward greater volatility in the housing market for 50 years now. It's getting more and more speculative. But remember, speculative means down as well as up. So I think there's a substantial probability of future losses as well.
Would you invest money in Japan equities right now?
No, no, I don't think so. They're still at a very high price-earnings ratio. It's they've been priced out of the market for 20 years now.
You think it's going to end badly there?
I don't know. I mean, it's again hard. Stock markets are very hard to predict. I'm just basing on a measure of value, which makes it look unattractive to me. But of course, anything can happen.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. Mr. Shiller, thanks so much for coming on.